I don't like
You
it.
must have forgot I live in Texas. And you're talking to
No, no,
somebody
no.
that's been trying to get a job
I
for
know.
years.
It,
And you
it's
talking about
unreal.
racism that's going on right now every day. You got people that walk up to you and think it's okay. I don't like it at all. He has turned this state upside down, and
Who
I'm
you
a
talking about? Trump?
of it every day. Yo, boy, that's who you like. I
I don't
don't
agree
like
with
him at
that.
all. He's a criminal. He is what he is. Project 2025 is real. Family reunion.
It's good. I'm good.
It is a
I'm
family
good.
reunion. How's New York? How's
Well, I'm
Texas?
getting ready to go
Texas.
over to New York. I'm not there. I was there and then I came back because they went like up to rent like about $4,000, and I'm like, oh no, from 2,000 to 4,000. I'm like, you retarded. Mm-mm.
Wait. Oh, so you back in Florida?
No, no, I'm in Jersey. I
Jersey.
just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah. Okay,
water.
okay, 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 okay. I was like,
Don't
dang.
you dare.
I was like, the rent scares you that way? He was like, I just want to go back Tampa.
Oh no, no, no. Oh no. I can't go back.
Got to get out the tri-states. But everybody's good. Everybody's been smooth. I don't want to keep up too much of your time, but I do appreciate you all dealing with a brother, man. We got a lot of cool things going on in the world.
Yeah.
Like what?
I mean, I just felt like we just did so much. I just loved it so much. So I'm enjoying reuniting with my brother and my sister, Deacon Laws over here.
Oh, I'm not no deacon. Will you stop calling me Deacon
I think
Laws?
it's an amazing thing, except your evangelism.
Oh, well, praise God. Yeah. I
Okay.
have fun doing that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I jump on your lives. I support you. When Calvin's there, I
Thank
support
you.
Calvin. That's just what we're supposed to do. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited that you guys are doing what you need to do over the summer. I feel like we need to catch up. I've met a lot of people thanks to both of you guys. So I appreciate your support.
Yeah. I just saw Sherry. I just saw Cherry a couple of days ago, if you remember her. She remembers you, but that's my
Yeah.
one of my friends. Yeah. She had a son. She had another son. Another kid was the son.
Really?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
a
I know
cutie.
that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
we have our own relationship now. So it's like,
Yep.
that's what we're supposed to do. I don't think we do that often. So I honestly like that a lot. So for the people that are friends of Calvin's, because he has a bunch of followers, I have my own page too.
Well, please make sure you all subscribe to each of Miss Kelly's channels, Dr. T's channel, Dr. E's channel, Dr. Williams' channel, right?
Yes.
We got a lot of great content for you all, but I want to get started with these slides actually from the professional development I went on. So I did media training pretty much, and they were just talking about the importance of just having different streams of communication and like knowing your audience, right? And I've always known that because I'm an orator, I like to talk. But pretty much like she just broke it down to just like traditionalists, baby boomers, Gen Zers, and she really gave us this really good picture of like grass top versus grassroots and how to talk to people. And I was thinking maybe we can just kind of from there we can kind of talk about the last one, which is going to be millennials. We are the most individual. What comes after Gen Z? So Gen Z, actually, yes, we're talking about Gen Z. They are individual. They believe in. So here, I start with the beginning. So pretty much traditionalists. That's from 1925 to 1945. So they are dependable, straightforward, tactful, and loyal. They were shaped by the Great Depression, World War II, radios, and movies.
Yeah.
They're motivated by, and you can tell me if y'all agree with this or not. They're motivated by respect, recognition, providing long-term value. Communication styles is handwritten notes or personal touch, right? And then employers should provide, World War View. Their obedience over individualism, age equals seniority, advancing through the hierarchy. That's what they believe in. And if you look at it, it's like a picture of a elder. And then we got baby boomers, my mama, 1945 to 1965. They're workaholics. They grew up around civil rights. They're loyal, teamwork, duty. Whatever is the most efficient is their communication style. And they achievement comes from after paying one's dues, sacrifice for success. And it even shows like most baby boomers are still on Facebook. And of course, traditionalists don't even have a computer, so they don't have social media. Gen Z, 2000s, right?
Wait a minute. So what is 66? Oh, because I'm 66.
Yeah, so you would be a baby boomer.
You said 65.
Wait, you 60? Okay, so what comes after baby boomers?
Mm-hmm.
That's the.
I thought it was Gen X.
I'm not.
Because it's not. It's millennial. No,
I ain't no millennial either.
Calvin, you have to start it over. Do it again because Kelly don't get it.
1946
he
to
ended at 65.
1964. Yeah.
Right.
So what comes after baby boomers?
I don't know.
Baby boomers. What comes?
What's your generation, Calvin?
I'm a millennial.
You millennial.
I'm Gen X.
What year were you born?
77.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
see,
that's
I'm 66.
yeah, Gen X. So Gen X is more. So Gen X is. Oh, did I take a picture of that? I don't think I took a picture of that one. But Gen X is just a little bit more. That's crack academic, right? You know what I'm saying? That's crack. Yeah. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No, for real. It's the truth.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You can help me out. Help me out. Help me out. You tell me, what's Gen X like? What's their communication?
We had we didn't have cell phones. So we had rotary phones. We had Dr. Dre, we had Tupac, we had Biggie, we had Run DMC for the people that like music.
Okay, so hip hop generation.
Yeah, we had Michael Jackson. No, because Michael Jackson was out.
I had more Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it. So it says self-reliant, resourceful, individualistic, work-life balance is between time spent at work and personal time. They tend to have a strong time management skills. They're adaptable, so they may request flex time. Family is very high value. Education is very, very good, right? And then also you are the beginning of like really like the advancement of technology, like the technology age. And then as we just millennials, like we're okay. And I'm gonna skip millennials. So Gen Z, right? Gen Z, and this is my entire point, right? So I just feel like pretty much, and I had
he still didn't give me my generation.
No, I didn't.
I'm finna log off. I don't appreciate how you treated
Kelly, you don't
I just skipped mine.
Oh my God.
I only know mine, and I'll be honest, I don't know yours, Kelly. I only know my generation.
You can look that up. Let me look it up.
Okay, what's your generation? I'll look it up.
I'm 66. I don't know what my generation. That's what I asked you, brother.
I don't know neither. It would be baby. I feel like you're a baby boomer.
I'm not.
I don't know. Baby
so
boomer.
So then if you're not, you Gen X, then you with
can't be
with Doctor. That's what comes after baby boomers. So either you a baby Xer or X boomer.
No.
She said, nah. Here, let's look it up.
What generation? Let me see. Generation X.
See? Yeah, so y'all sisters.
Whatever.
That makes sense, so that's why y'all get along.
Wait a minute, you're a Gen X too?
I just said we've been talking for the past 10 minutes, Kelly.
No, listen to me. Y'all ain't not gonna make me think like something wrong with me today.
Well.
No, we love you, and we're so happy to have you. I love your pink.
I ain't feeling the love right now.
And this is one person,
right
Calvin, that
I ain't feeling the love right now.
For the ones that do not know, I met Kelly through Calvin. Yes, I did. And we have our own relationship, and she's so amazing. But we talked about Gen X for the past.
After she laughed at me after I poured my heart out to her. Don't get me started.
That's messed up. Why'd you laugh?
She laughed at me.
But we're not going to have this conversation. We were going over professional development.
And so,
okay, let's talk about that.
So I did this post yesterday. I pretty much said, all y'all podcasts are whack. That's what I said. And I said, they just hating. They all hating on everybody. And I said, I'm done podcasting. And then I got like 50 likes on my Facebooks. I think people want me to end podcasting. But I say that to say, I'm just joking. I say that to say is that I just feel like a lot of people are just talking too much. Just like, and we talking about, Joe Biden not being able to, enunciate and say the correct words, right? But I just feel like, people are not listening more than they're speaking. And it's just coming too much. Like, I don't know. What do you all think?
I noticed that you said that twice. So what's up with Biden and saying the wrong words?
Saying what the Biden, yeah. So nothing's wrong with it, actually. I don't think anything's wrong with it. I think the the media is trying to, be very Trump centered because a lot of the media outlets are funded by, well, a lot of them been, especially CNN, they've been taking about more, they're just leaning more right, you know what I'm saying? They got different owners, right? And so they're doing everything they can to make Biden, you know what I'm saying, look incompetent, right? When he's been, running the country because, he does what my mama does sometimes. My mama be like, you good, Tony. It's okay, Tony. I'm like, Mom, I'm Calvin,
Yeah.
and then,
I
you got
had
the,
3 girls and their name is all starts with the K. And I will tell you now, Kamari, Kennedy, and Corey. And I call them all the same name, let's be clear. And I'm nowhere near his age. So the only reason why I brought that up is because those are the discussions, as you say, which I agree with you so much. They make everything so negative. This man is a criminal, and we're about to elect this man in again in office. Project 2025 is real. So I just wanted to bring that up. I did not want to answer your question, but I felt it was important to address that because the social media, that's the issue right now, seriously.
Ms. Loss.
You asked me the question, how do I about people are just talking. Yeah. I see it a lot on TikTok. I see people just people want an audience, people want to be heard. And I think, and this is just my opinion, I just really think that a lot of times people are not heard and they want to be heard. And sometimes I'm like, are you trying to be famous or and I really do believe that people don't really know how to have conversations where you agree to disagree. You can literally go into a conversation. I don't agree with you, this, that, and other. Then you can walk away and be friends. Most people just get on these mediums because it's an argument. You don't really know what you can say comfortably without somebody being offended. Like I'm on TikTok a lot. I offend a lot of people on TikTok. I'm like, well, if you don't want to hear what I have to say in my opinion, then you can get off my page. So this is my space.
Exactly. You're right.
So, but I have an opinion, and I'm not saying that you're wrong in your opinion. This is mine. Don't come on my space and argue with me. So I think people want to be heard without an argument, and that's so unfortunate nowadays because you can't say really too much of nothing. I'm a Trump fan, and that's just me. I can't say I don't like Biden. I've never liked. No, let me take it back. I liked Biden when he was with Obama. Loved Biden. And when I say loved him, did my research, I'm like, I like this dude. Even though he had his racist tendencies in the past, I like this dude. I just genuinely like him, just so wholesome to me.
A real to life criminal?
Okay, so my was a criminal. My was a criminal. There's a lot of folks that I knew. I do not like Biden. I live in New York, and I have seen the end result of Biden. And you have no idea what I see here. I'm just being honest. I mean, maybe you do on the news.
You must have forgot I live in Texas. And you're talking to somebody that's been trying to get a job for years. And you're talking about racism that's going on right now every day. You got people that walk up to you and think it's okay. I don't like it at all. He has turned this state upside down, and I'm
talking about Trump
of it every day. Yo, boy, that's who you like. I don't like him at all. He's a criminal. He is what he is. Project 2025 is real. You all don't get the fact that they're about to try to take us back into slavery. And I'll be totally honest with you. I'm a witness of it, Kelly. You moved to New York because you did. I moved to Texas to make a change, to do what it is, to come down here and get systemic racism is real right now. I haven't been able to find a job. And you know why? It's because I am an intelligent Black woman. And guess what? It wasn't nothing but a sign from God, because what I'm doing now, the reason why I met y'all is because I went on ahead and did this and did it for myself. I am an entrepreneur, and I've been doing it the whole year by myself. So let's be clear. I have a problem with him, and I make it public. So that's the reason why I asked Calvin why he said what he said, because the media is making the fact that Biden is old so bad. Biden helped us come up with Juneteenth. There are things that he has done. My student loans have been forgiven thanks to him.
Mine too.
I'm sitting here. I don't have a job. I'm developing a job right now, and Medicaid is here saving my life because of this man. I'm watching it every day. You just don't understand. So I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I don't like him at all.
But you know what? And this is the let me tell you the blessing in being able to vent your opinion and still walk away like Foghorn Leghorn and Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
This is how I feel. But you know, I didn't say I agree with 2025, that whatever that thing is called.
Right.
But
So there's nuance to it. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I personally see the end result of Bidenomics as well too. This has been unreal what I witnessed over here. I mean, literally, it is unbelievable.
So let me jump.
Unbelievable.
If I'm honest, let me jump in real quick. So my issue is, I think it's like the Matrix. So I don't know if you all know, seen the Matrix or like know about the Matrix.
I love the Matrix.
Right. So we know that it's a simulation, right? And the Oracle is egging Neo, and Morpheus is egging Neo to literally fight against the machines. But this has happened like 7 times already, right? And it's a game, right? You know, it's literally the machines making the humans think that they can beat them by creating Zion, when Zion is created by the machines, right? And it's a game, right?
Right.
And so when I was going to the views yesterday and I'm in the car, I'm just talking to people, you know, and it's always my black brothers, right? You know, specifically black men, right? You know, because 20% of black men voted for Trump, and they try to really use that and try to make it really big, but it's true, right? You know what I'm saying? There are men, you know, that black men specifically that, you know, really cater towards him. And there's a lot of disaffected voters, right? And those and there's a lot of disaffected voters. They're just like, I'm not voting. They're both bad, right? And you know, I'll try to do my 2 cents, right? But they have a case. I feel like they really do have a case. When we think about just like when Biden got reelected, right? I don't know if you all remember just how hard it was for us to get him in office because Trump had 81 lawsuits trying to challenge the election, right? You know what I'm saying? It was literally people wanting to, you know what I'm saying, take the election away, right? You know? And those same people, right, created systems now for the voting in Atlanta and Texas. They now are trying to make it sure. So if that happens again, where Biden does win due to votes, they can take the election, right? And it's become too polarizing. Like we're too polarized, I feel, where we can't have that middle ground conversation, because it is the middle ground. We have to be honest and understand that people are really conservative. Black people are very conservative. People aren't as liberal as we want to say that they are, right? And people aren't ready for progressive reality like we say we want neither. And so there is a middle ground. And so we have to have that real conversation, because you know what I'm saying? I can be a Democrat and still have my views towards gay marriage, right? You know, I can be a Republican but still not Project 2025. You understand what I mean? And so where's the middle ground? And how do we get out the matrix? Because it just seems like it seems like they're setting Trump up to win. That's what it seems like. It seems like they are trying to
it's obvious
make
to me.
him win. And I'm not trying to be biased. It just seems like they're just trying to make the pendulum swing again. So it's like you're gonna get progressiveness for a couple of years, and then you're gonna get some conservatism for a lot of years, and then we're gonna get back to progressiveness again, right? You know what I'm saying? It's the game. I don't know. But the answer is, I feel, individualism, which is why I think Gen X is so important, right? The generation that we started off with, right? They're so caught up in individuals, they probably not even going to vote. They're probably not even going to care about a political system, which is probably okay. You know?
I go back to Donald Trump, and I know we are not supposed to go back to people's past. There was a post of his mother saying if he's ever president, he's a loser, like his own mom. Nonetheless, I watch how, remember when President Obama was in office, how he tried to portray him as such this horrible person. He wasn't from here, all of this other stuff. And I felt like he set it up to be what it is now. You know what I mean? This is just me. And we don't have that because every time they try to do that, it's been attacked. You know what I mean? Like
What you
Hillary
mean?
Clinton.
What you mean?
Hillary Clinton. You know, like the things that was brought up, the things that was said, the demeaning things that happened. Who's the next person that can replace Biden? You know what I mean? Like, who do we have? Like, I'll be totally honest, if you all are not into politics, you should be looking at Jasmine Crockett. She's in Texas. She's handling these people down here, right? I mean, seriously, but the racism, that's where that they got, you're on TikTok, Kelly. You see the blind bleach built body is one of the things that she said. Just look up Jasmine Crockett. She really gets into
You talking about that black chick?
Oh, absolutely. She's in Texas. And I'll be totally honest, look at the racism that she's experiencing while she's in these meetings. They're so disrespectful to her. And it's the social media is on it.
I guess maybe I'm just so left then.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. And that's what Calvin is saying. This next generation don't care at all. They don't know what's going on. We don't have anybody that's Democrat that can actually take it to the next level. And what we should be doing is putting or getting her ready and prepping her. You know what I mean? Giving her the professional development she needs to get into that presidential position, because I feel like Trump was groomed to do what he's doing right now.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Ms. Loss. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I want y'all to finish because
I'm sorry.
How can go ahead? No. You were talking. No.
I'm just saying. I think that is the major issue right now. Because honestly, what happened to Ted Cruz? Where is he? What happened to Pence? Where is he? Why is it Trump? You know what I mean? What happened to the people that was running with him? Where's his people? You know what I mean? Where are they at? We don't have that person either. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, so what's next? This is the bottom of the totem pole here. Who do we have to choose from? And I think people are going to choose Trump just because they don't like Biden because of the things that are out there, or he's getting old. We really need to evaluate what's going on seriously, because I think that's the reason why Project 2025 means a lot to me, because we don't know what the future holds. We don't.
You know, well, you know, I listen to people, and then I took, and I know you guys already know this. You know, Black people voted Republican when they were coming out of slavery. You do know that, right? Black people didn't vote Democrat. Democrats were trying to put people back into slavery. That's history. A lot of Black people don't know that. And I tell Black people all the time, regardless of what you vote, always know your past, always know the history behind a party. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I think both parties are corrupt. If I want to be perfectly honest, I read my Constitution, which I have been reading my Constitution now for months. And I'm looking at what the Constitution says, and I'm looking at what's happening in the United States government. I'm like, oh, y'all done broke the law. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. All of y'all, Republican and Democrat, y'all done broke the very thing that this nation was built up on. And I tell people all the time, know your Constitution and know your constitutional rights, because what is happening in the government, I don't care who it's coming from, is wrong. You cannot bring people here that do not have a United States citizenship to vote. That's number one. You can peaceably assemble. There's just certain things that you can't do when you peaceably assemble. I think about, like, for example, what is going on with our president. If a president is breaking the law, I don't care who it is, there's certain things that a president just can't do. I don't care if it's Trump and I don't care if it's Biden. It's certain statutes that we have to abide by. And I'm really big on the Constitution now. And I never thought I'd say that, but I tell people, if you read the Constitution and you look at what's happening now in our government, they're all they're breaking the law. And then the people are the ones that are suffering, because when you put a person in office, it's for the people, by the people. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, I have a legal right to vote you out. If you cannot run my country correctly, I have a right to have you impeached. Seriously. Jasmine Sullivan, is that her name? What's the girl's name?
Crockett.
Jasmine Sullivan is the singer. Doggone it. That shows you how much Crockett. Now, I'm torn, because I saw that situation with her and that Marjorie. What's that woman's name? What's the lady's name?
I don't know.
They got into an argument. And I personally think that a lot of people need to be removed from Congress. I really do. I just think that sometimes people want the position and don't really know everything. First of all, you should not get into government unless you know the Constitution. That's period. I'm sorry. Just almost
The person that you are talking about don't know the Constitution.
no. I'm talking
Oh.
about just in general. Anybody that gets in that office, you have to know what this nation was built up on, period. I don't care who you are. How can you be a president? How can you be a vice president? Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
Whether it be Trump, whether it be Biden, whether it be whoever, and even if you know it and you still break it, so to know it and break it, to me, is worse than somebody that don't know it at all. You know it and you feel like you putting people. This could turn into a huge argument. I'm telling you.
So we started a conversation
about that because
with
I
you
just believe
saying
in right being right and wrong being wrong. I don't care who you are.
about having a debate, but also being able to come to a resolution. So do you think
But
that's where we're
we
at
may
right
not
now?
come to a resolution. But this is the thing. I can still love people. I argue with people about certain things all the time, and then I'm like, we good? Those are the mature people. The people that are not mature enough can't handle an argument that I'm totally left or I'm totally right. This is how I feel, but I still love you. I personally prefer Trump over Biden any day. I do not like what Biden represents. I've never liked what Biden represents since he's been in office. I don't care if you can dismiss my loans all day long, but you want to talk about racism. That man was the very person that set up and said he didn't want his kids even being around Black people. And I'm like, did y'all all of a sudden just forget that? Did Black people just all of a sudden just forget that he was racist? And probably still is. And I hate to say it on live. Please edit this part out. But I just believe that I don't think you've changed. I just generally don't.
But you're talking about two different extremes, Kelly. We're talking about how somebody's feelings and somebody's current, like these are, I think before you debate, you got to kind of figure out what you're debating for.
So I think that's what Ms. Laws is saying.
I don't even know if I'm debating. It's just, I guess I'm pouring out because I don't get to have these conversations often, because I'm like folks on TikTok.
And we love you.
You have this conversation and people ready to like chew you up and spit you out. And it's like, damn, can I even have a conversation with you that I don't agree with you about? There's certain things Trump does that I don't like. Certain things Biden does that I don't like.
Yeah.
If I were to weigh them on a scale, I don't know who I would. I mean, honestly, I don't like Biden. Trump has more of the things that I like as opposed to what Biden represents. I like Biden at first, but then I'm looking at you like you accusing him of totally not representing the Constitution, but you're breaking it yourself too. Like if people that were, I'm just know I'm all over the place because I haven't had this conversation. But okay, so let me just focus in on my opinion. I don't even know where to begin because we on TikTok having these conversations because nobody's willing to listen. And then by the time you get ready to have the conversation, you're so full and you're all over the place. That's the honest to God truth. There's no safe place to have this conversation. And it is not. And that's the part that saddens me in America. I can't have this conversation with nobody because nobody would say, well, Kelly, you can have your opinion. Let's shake hands when it's done. Because people will literally I've had people cut me off.
Yeah.
Because of how I felt.
Right.
And that's the sad part.
That's wrong.
And I'm not trying to cut anybody off.
No. You're not talking about you.
I'm talking about you.
So, and that's what polarization means.
Good.
So polarization means, and if you think about like in science, electric dipole is when you have a proton and an electron at completely different ends.
Yes.
Right? And I think the issue is right now is that because we're not listening and we're only listening to respond, it doesn't leave room for resolution, for reflection, so people can actually figure out who they want. And it gets caught up in, okay, Biden can't finish a sentence, so I'm just going to vote for Trump. Or, or the Democrats were all over the BET Awards, and that shit was whack. So I'm not voting for the Democrats. I'm going to just vote for Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, so the BET Awards was very, it was like the DMC. Like they were very
they were
pro-Democrat, right? Pro-women, which is fine. We know the Democratic Party is very pro-women. And
the BET Awards?
Yeah, it was subtle.
I totally missed that.
Yeah.
But it's not your generation on, you know what I mean? Like
a lot of people missed the BET Awards this year.
Yeah, I missed it too. I only found out about it because my kids told me about it. And
this is my issue with Roland Martin sometimes, right? We put Black people in a monolith and we talk to them like monolithically, whatever you want to call it. And it's insulting because we are naturally, a lot of Black people are very conservative. I won't say naturally conservative, but they are a pool of
They
Black people
are.
that are conservative. And I feel like Democrats, right, don't effectively communicate to them, or they
No.
don't. And the reason why I say that is because it's very like, performative versus substance. Now, we did produce the American Rescue Plan. They did get the infrastructure bill. We did have Christian Cinema and Joe Manchin literally heard in every legislation that the liberals, the more liberal legislation that we want to do, like paying for childcare, right, or getting more like child tax credits, really, right? They all shut that down, right? Because there is a conservatism, there is a Confederate
Wait a minute.
dynamic,
Wait.
and I'm not equating those two. I'm just
Okay, because I was going to
I'm just
ask you.
speaking in
Okay.
general,
Okay.
right? There's people that are, orthodoxly conservative, and there are people that are unorthodoxly conservative, right? But there are people that just want it to be what it's been, right? Separate but equal, right? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we're too old, all of us. I feel like we're too old enough to have the solutions to solve those problems right now. I feel like Gen Z has to solve those problems right now because we're so polarized. We're too caught up. We got too much blood on our hands. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's why we won't let go of that power. That's why the baby boomers won't let go of that power because, we are hypocrites, like you said. Biden got blood on his hand. Trump don't even know what his hand's at. You know what I'm saying? And it's so.
Yeah. So they trying to keep it to themselves, like
right. What's really a country when you have your youngest generation that doesn't want to vote? What does that mean?
You're right. And I was just telling somebody the other day, we're celebrating Juneteenth for real. Like we didn't even have a Juneteenth. We didn't have Juneteenth until 2021. That's when we had Juneteenth. You know what I mean? And it's like, but we have been free since 1763, and then 2 years later it was 1765 because in Texas, where I live currently, they decided, oh, well, we're going to still do what we want to do. Just like how Kelly said, we don't know our Constitution. And
right. We don't know our local elections. We don't know who our councilmen are. We don't know the actual bureaucracy of our own local government so we can actually use our political power. So really what it is the matrix. Because we're fighting, trying to think that we're going to win in Zion, and we just voted for the president. We're not really understanding like voting is power, and that's how you get political power in this country. And I started the conversation off when I went to the Michigan. It's all politics. It's all politics. It's all politics, which means that it's going to be based off of whoever has power and what they want. And if they don't want it, that shit ain't getting funded.
I just know for me, I'm glad that I get the opportunity to vote. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just, I'm choosing Biden because that's who I'm choosing. I'm a Democrat. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's just it. It wouldn't matter if Trump was a Democrat. I wouldn't vote for him. And that's just me. I've watched things happen, so it's like, Democrat, I'm just exercising my right to vote. And what you're saying, Calvin, is this generation that's coming up isn't doing that at all. They're not even exercising their right to vote. So I get it. We're all saying the same thing, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just like how you said, Kelly, we don't get these platforms to where we can even have these conversations and have these discussions. So I think that's what I admire about us, the fact that Calvin was strategic enough to get people together who can have these conversations. I love it. You know what I mean? And like how you said, we walk away from it, we live to see another day, and here we are. That's the reason why I'm always going to fuss at Calvin. Thank you, because these are the conversations that need to be discussed.
And going back to the Joe Biden comment, right, about him being racist earlier, people can change. Lyndon B. Johnson was the racist person ever, and he passed the Civil Rights Act, you know what I'm saying, through Martin Luther King. And so there's a rule that says nice people don't like nice leaders. People want leaders that are going to make good decisions and also make the wrong decision that you disagree with, right? And that, not saying that person is going to be more all moral compass, right? But we just like Dr. King. Dr. King's dude, bro. We gotta play on both sides. We have to learn how to listen to both sides. And if you're gonna be racist, right? If you're gonna be misogynistic, if you're gonna be xenophobic, if you're gonna be otherized or whatever, then I'm gonna tell it to your face, and we still gonna work too. And if you don't want to work, move the around, and I'm gonna do the work, right? But we got to be able to listen to each other. And you can't. I'm not gonna listen to you if you are telling me, my nails, what Megan, what Marjorie Green tell her, he said your nail lash, she said eyelashes are too long, right? That could be racially motivated. Why are you bringing racially motivated commentary into a professional setting when you're supposed to be a councilwoman? That's it's ignorant, it's childish. You're doing it on purpose because you understand that you all don't have no policies, not you, laws, but they don't have policies. All they have is culture wars. And in a society that has a 5th grade reading level and a quarter of the adults are illiterate, culture wars is how you get people attention. So I mean,
I'm with it. I just know for a fact, I'm looking like how you said, we only remember there used to be an independent party once upon a time. I don't know what happened to them. I haven't heard from them in a long, long time, but there used to also be Nazism. You know what I mean? There used to be things out there. Right now, the only option we have is Democrat and Republican. That's it. I think of all the leaders that we had, and I think about, Martin Luther King was his own movement. You know what I mean? Like you said, Lyndon Johnson was the president, Ronald Reagan. But I think about the, other states and
the crime bill. The crime bill had the Protection Women Act in it. Before the crime bill, women were getting beat up by their husbands, and if the cops and they got called on, the cops couldn't do nothing because they had the doctrine, like they couldn't go into their homes, right? And so in that bill, they passed the Violence Against Women Act. But indirectly, a bunch of black men also went to prison, right? And so so first of all, do you even know that? Do we even know that? No, we don't, right? Because we don't read, we don't investigate, and so we just go off face value, and we just do it. It's like you falling for the pretty girl. You just go to her because she's bad. You just voting for her because she's bad. You only listen to her because she look good. Versus like, you know what I'm saying? You about to say, Ms. Loss?
No, I was just getting ready to say, you know what? I'm gonna be intentional, and I'm gonna say this with intentionality. I'm not gonna be all over the place because I guess I was, how you spew out, because it's like, man, you finally get a platform. No, this is real talk. This is what I feel. I just want to live in my great nation again, where I feel valued, comfortable, safe, where I don't have to buy clothes from another nation that's chemically laden. I want to be able to have my nation pump oil again. I want my nation to be able to bring jobs back into this nation. I want my nation to be like it was when I was coming up as a kid. That's what I really want. I want the United States of America to be number one again. That's where I stand. I want to see that happen again. I want to see steel mills still working as opposed to going back to Gary and seeing half of the steel mills closed. That's what I want to see. I want to see my nation be able to pump oil instead of having to buy oil from somebody else. And there's so much oil here in this net. That's the desire of my heart. It really is. It's to see going to the gas station. Even if I don't have a car right now, and I don't need one to be in New York, but I could go to the gas station and gas is $1 and something. I want to be able to be in a place where the president that is leading my country understands that there are other nations that are a great threat, and those nations look at us saying, no, we can't mess with the United States because that's no joke. That's what I want to see happen again. Am I gonna ever see that happen again? I don't know. Maybe that's over. That's my Generation X mentality. Honestly, it makes me almost cry sometimes when I say I see my nation and I'm like, what the heck? Like, this is not the nation that I grew up in. As a little kid, I just remember being able to travel anywhere. Yes, somebody may have called me a name, but I knew that I had neighbors that cared about me. I knew I could go into a school system where I felt safe. This was when I was coming up. I'm just saying in general. I wish that my nation was a nation where where we're operating at full capacity and we got along as a nation. That's what I really wish. But I know that that's never going to happen. I know it's not. We're in a state now where we're just not in a we're not in a good place right now. But if you were to ask me what I wanted, that's what I really desire. So the guy came up and he says, I need my moped. So the police was asking him, do you have a license? He said, no. And me and the police looking at each other, I'm like, what? He said he was given a moped. He didn't have a license. He was basically told he could buy a moped. And this happens all in New York. Y'all have no idea the stuff that we hear, the stuff that we see. And people are literally getting things, they're bypassing the law that I have to follow.
And you think that's not fair?
No, it's not. But this is what I'm seeing here. And then I go in front of the Row Hotel, which is one of the hotels I was going to stay in 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's recently, you have no idea. It looks like I'm not going to say it on TV. I mean, say it on here. But I don't really feel like I'm in the United States no more. When I literally walk down Times Square, it's not the Times Square that I saw 3 years ago. No disrespect to nobody. I don't hate you. I don't have but I just feel like there's a lot of things happening, and I'm in a hubbub of what I see, and I'm seeing the end result of, oh, anybody can come over here. And I'm watching anybody come over here, and it's like, what the heck? So I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
So my Constitution tells me that in order to become a citizen here, you have to go through the proper channels. I can't go to France and just say, I'm just going to be a citizen and you can't kick me out. They would look at me like I was nuts. I just think it's a lot. It's a whole bunch of things I could talk about. But because I live in New York, I see the end result of Biden. I don't know what you were thinking, but did you really sit down and process what you did? Because I'm not nowhere else. I'm here and I'm watching it. My cousin calls me from Indiana and tells me the same thing is happening where I was living. And she said, Kelly, it's the same thing that you see here. It's the same thing here. And I just don't feel like I don't think that's right. I mean, I could be all over the place, but if I were to focus in what he just asked me, I'm trying to be very polite because I know we're on a podcast, but what I see, if you were to come and see what I see, and me and my daughter have to literally turn our heads and pray and not mistreat people, because you don't want to mistreat people because they're here and you feel like they're not a citizen, because that's not my heart either. But I also see the effects of what somebody having a no border policy has. No border policy. I see the effects of it here, and it is unbelievable. It is. I can't put into words what I see. There are no words, and I tell my family I have no words. I don't feel safe. I feel safe because of God, but in general, you have to. I don't understand. And I see people here that are hungry, that are citizens, that are in Harlem, that are citizens. And I see money being funded in places funneled. Like how I don't understand in the schools. I don't think anybody really thought. I don't think that's the part that upset me with Biden. And if I had any problem with Biden, it would be that. Of all the things that you've done, yeah, thank you for dismissing but I'm like, dude, did you think about the decision that you made or the decision you didn't make? This is the end result right here. I'm seeing the end result of what you did not stand up and say, no, come the regular way. So that's what I see. Even if like I said, if it was nothing else, if I could pinpoint one thing that really turned me off with him, because I don't think I was really as upset. And I'm looking like, dude, you just got an open border policy. Did you really process the money that was going to be spent? Did you think about the people that were going to be displaced? Like there are people here that can't even get a home, but you go there. Then I'm sitting down in real time listening to people say, I don't want the food that you're feeding me. Give me more money so that I can get the food that I want on my taxpayer dollar. That's a problem for me. It really is. And I'm like, that's not right. There are
We
people
have
that black, there are a lot of black people here. We want to talk about the black people, girl, please. They are having a fit now. They're like, that's not right. They're funneling money from Harlem, because I've been to Harlem, and I sat down and talked with people that live and they lived in Harlem. And when I went to Harlem, I was like, I didn't see a whole bunch of migrants there, but I did see a lot of African migrants there. And there's a lot of hostility in the air, and there's a lot of hostility now because it's turning out in fights. But I saw that, so that's the part that upset me with him more than anything. I said, certain things I can let you slide on, but this right here, dude, this affected the whole United States of America, and especially the black community in Chicago, in Harlem, and here in New York City. I see the end result.
Yeah.
And then they call, you're black. They will tell you. Talking about some of the people that just came off, they will tell you to your face, oh, we came to take over. I have heard people actually say stuff like that. And I'm looking like, Biden, are you hearing what they're saying to the citizens that literally voted you in, dude? I'm just saying. So I'm in a hubbub where I see it. And I don't, like I said, if there's any one thing about Biden that hurt me, that was that. And if I could just tell him and bring him here and let him and his wife see, this is what you did. We got black people to here that are displaced, veterans that are displaced. My daddy was a veteran, and how they treat veterans here is, I cry sometimes when I see these veterans and I see our African-American kids who are getting less of an education, and then having somebody call them black or this, that, and the other, because no. Well, no, we're about to displace you. Like, are you freaking, what do you mean by that? So that's why I'm turned off. So if you want to ask me how I feel, that's what I see. I'm hurt by that. I'm hurt by what I see, and I'm hurt by what I hear. And it's not every person that comes all over the border. I'm not saying that, but there are some who will tell you to your face, y'all ain't even reproducing. So why? So why would you care?
And so before you go, I want to highlight what you talked about, that experience you had with your daughter, right? And how that, that was a moment, right? And that experience is real and like emotionally and spiritually, right? And we can't take that experience from you. And I think the beauty in that is that I've never had that experience, right? And if I had that experience, maybe I might have a different view right now, but I didn't, right? And so I think the beauty of what you're saying is that, and I think Democrats struggle with this, is that we don't speak to the hearts of the people, right? We
No.
don't speak to the emotions of the people. When we talk about grassroots, you got to speak to our hearts. And if I see, right, you giving out vouchers to, quote unquote migrants, right, that were sent from Greg Abbott and all the, the politicians that sent them there, right? Because that's the reason why they're there, because the governor of
It's the
Texas sent them there,
politicians.
right?
Yeah.
Like the politicians are
The
sending them
governor
there,
of who again?
which is wrong, right? Texas.
You said the governor of Texas?
Yeah.
Okay.
And but in all though, right? You have homelessness already, and you are literally, providing supplements for those people that come in, because the United States doesn't mean United States. It's the United of all the countries of the world. That's what the United States is. We govern everything. And if you don't have a democracy, we're going to make you have a democracy, either through force or through, you know what I'm saying, by asking for it, right? By you taking out $1. And that experience is real. And any kid with no political history or experience will see that and understand something's wrong with that. But there's more to it. And that's why it's just more to it. And I think, but going back to what I was saying, us the Democrats, I feel, we don't have the right people that can speak to the hearts of the people and be able to and tell us what actually, no, Greg Abbott is saying, and that even if Trump was still in office, the migrant crisis would still happen, because you know what I'm saying, Mexico is on fire right now. You know what I'm saying? They got cartels.
I'm in Texas.
Right, cartels out the wazoo. They just got a new president. We don't know if she's a part of the cartel or not. You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff is real. But that's the part of the job, though. Like that job, being president, is you're gonna kill people, you're gonna lie to people, you're gonna cry to people, you're gonna pick up babies, and you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, make money and make a lot of people the money.
And
But go ahead, sis.
Can I say this? I think what you're saying is what I'm saying. You're saying it from your perspective in New York, and I'm
Right.
saying it from my perspective in Texas. And so I want to say about a week and a half ago, I placed a Confederate march that was going on in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to not to discredit what you're saying, to accept what you're saying by saying what you're witnessing and your opinion and your feelings are valid because of what you are experiencing. Not to take away from the people that saw in 2024 open racism, because remember, white people don't want us here either. You know what I mean? We are the people.
They don't even want
that
themselves here.
Yeah, but do you understand what I'm saying?
White people
So
don't even
Kelly
they
is
don't-
saying one
yeah.
thing about how the migrants are here. We're migrants to white people, let's be clear. And
Right.
so I gotta put it out there by saying, I understand what you're saying, Kelly. Like, I agree. I know what you're seeing. I know Biden knows what you're saying. People know what you're saying, but you would have to be in those places. Everything that you're saying, I'm saying is happening to me personally in Texas. So I'm going to feel a certain way, just like how you feel a certain way about your daughter and her situation. So I totally get it out for real. But like how Calvin is saying again, we don't have the proper people in place. We're placing blame on Biden when you have the red and the blue that are really making the decisions. And we have these people in places that are the ones that navigate and play checkers and chess.
And again, going back to what you were saying, like we're supposed to be able to argue, come to a resolution, and still work together because that's what diplomacy is, right? That's what's called being what's the word for it?
Supposed to be.
What's the word for it? It's a word for it where you do both. It's called diplomacy. Is that what it is? No, I feel like there's a word for it though, where you do both. You play both sides. Diplomatic. Yeah, being diplomatic, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, diplomats,
Yes.
right? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a government is. Because no matter how different I am, I can't make you be me. Your culture, experience, your experience are different. So you're going to have views, you're going to have values that differ. But we still have to be able to come together like the United States, right? And do that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So where we go from here, y'all?
I thought this was great. We have to support. I'm heavy on research. Y'all know that. So, I
What's
always
Project
try to
25?
provide. Say that again.
What's Project 2025?
Project 2025 is pretty much, and this is my opinion, the reversal of a lot of things that we've tried to put in place. And so if you look at the current laws that's going on right now, they are taking away DEI. We see that that's already happening. Well, now they're permanently taking away the Project 2025 will be taking it away permanently. Student loans, how they did take student loans and gave it to us. Now for the ones that are having it or in place, they're switching all of that, saying, nope, y'all got to go ahead and play this because we don't feel like it. Medicaid. I'm out here, and I'll be totally honest, I'm out here on Medicaid right now. I feel like I paid enough when I was in education to take it, and I did. That's all being wiped out. It's just a lot of things that are beneficial to Democrats that it has a huge effect with. Now, what's interesting is I say this, I actually put it up on my page and was flagged because it wasn't true. And so what I realized is there were so many people that had it on theirs. I hope that Instagram flagged them too, but I still keep seeing it. And I thought it was interesting that I got flagged and they was like, you need to delete it. So I deleted it.
Now,
but that goes back to what you were saying, Calvin, about how I just feel like they're just trying to put all of these measures in place to make it no other choice but to vote for Trump. And I see that too.
It's media, it's propaganda. Go ahead, Ms. Loss.
no, I looked up Project because I don't really know what it is. So it says here that it was spearheaded by the Heritage Foundation and like-minded conservative groups before Trump officially entered in the 2024 race.
Yeah.
And it says here that he's disavowing it.
No, that's just one fact. We're talking again, we're putting names to what people, it's like roots to a tree. Of course they're going to say that. You know what I mean? When it's the people, the Democrats and the Republicans that are in office that are advocating for us, that's putting these in place. And what they're saying is if he gets put in place, then it's going to happen. If Biden gets put in place, then it won't happen. He's not doing it. Of course, he's going to say, oh, I'm not going to advocate for it. I'm not advocating for that. But when you think about it and you know the policies and you know the Constitution, like we keep saying we do, then you'll know that it matters who get put in that standing position for Project 2025 to happen or not happen.
I think they're trying to get rid
That's
of the
just
department.
one thing.
They're trying to get rid of the Department of Education.
Yep, they're trying to get rid of the
I saw
Department
that.
of Education too. It's a few departments that they're trying to get rid of.
And then they're talking about trying to make states responsible for education or something like that, individual states.
Yeah, I don't know. But
It's a lot.
So,
We can have that. We can do our research and have that discussion a little later.
So hopefully we got some good information from one another where we can take back and take it with a grain of salt, take what works, take what doesn't work, right, and still be model citizens and brush our teeth and wash our face and don't litter. And
Yes.
so what do you want
Wait,
people to
what
get
you
from the
say?
podcast? I said brush our teeth, wash our face, and don't litter.
I got a request of you though. Can you edit out my rant and raving, please?
Which one? I'm just joking.
The end one, the one about no. Oh, really? See, you know what? I'm done with y'all.
No, don't be done with us.
I'm not. No, at the end when I was talking about with my, situation in New York and specifically with my daughter, because I didn't want nobody to really know that because that's her
Yeah, I can
private
take that
business
out.
as well,
Yeah.
and I don't
Yeah.
know
I'll take
because
that
that's
Calvin he does a good job with editing.
yeah, but I don't
I'm not
want
worried.
that out. I just don't because some of my family doesn't know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I don't feel like hearing their mouths. But why
Right.
didn't you tell us? And no, I don't know. No, because I got people already. You ain't supposed to. No, don't be quiet. I just don't. Just edit that whole part.
Your people got to understand who you are too. I
But
think
they don't know who I am, and I don't feel like conversation.
So quit trying to change who you are for people that don't appreciate who you are. You got a book about to come out. Let's be clear. You got a journal of positivity that's about to come out. I think that's my issue with people normalizing ACEs. So you came on here and talked about how, people can have an opinion and things of that nature, and you want to take some things out. And I respect that. And it's not my podcast, so I respect that 110%. But as your sister, I want you to know that could probably change somebody's life. Just like how Calvin said, I heard your side. We listened. I value your opinion. I think you have a very great reason why you're voting the way that you're voting based off of where you're at in your experiences. But I think that's also the reason why I advocate for adverse childhood experiences, because they can really have an impact on your life. And I'll end with that.
And not saying that that was an adverse childhood experience, or it was adverse, but
yes, it was. For her daughter, it was.
But that's not like a shot.
Yeah, I just kind of would like some of that edited out though. That's just
that.
my heart, because I'm like.
Yeah, I got you. I'll take it out. I'll take it out. That's fine. So yeah, what do you want to get from the podcast, y'all? I want people to be more politically aware, research both sides, understand your own governments, and then vote so you can utilize your power, because if not, you're not going to be as powerful just having a nice haircut and nice shoes.
I like how we had two different opinions from two different perspectives. I enjoy that. I really wanted to dive in on the professional development, though. I did. That's just me. But
what do you want to dive into?
But you were talking about the professional development, and then
I mean, it just pretty much is just like, it could be a pony show, right? It's just like it feels like that. It feels like a pony show.
Oh yeah.
Am I just a face? Yeah, right. Because that's how it is, right? But how can I disrupt, right? How can I use this information and be a still be me, but also what they told us was pretty much like, we want you to be able to talk and still be your full authentic selves. And that's really hard. Either you pretty much what happens is that you don't be your authentic self and you just talk a lot. And I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be doing a lot of spiritual work, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of listening, not speaking. So we'll see. But yeah,
Well,
that's
now I
pretty
know how
much
we
it.
got off on that subject because we were talking about people not having a platform to be able to express who they were. And having those, but that's how we got off on that. I know now. It clicked. I was like, that's how we got off on that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for me, for people to have a platform and they want, stop being rude. Stop calling people's names out. Stop talking about people that you don't know. That's unprofessional and it don't translate. It sounds like you hating, right? So just talk. Just talk in general. Use yourself as an example. Use your trauma and demons and skeletons. Stop being messy. Corny is clout chasey. And you sound like a hater. So please, people, stop calling people's names out that you don't know. Stop talking about Drake and Kendrick. He's dead. Stop worrying about LeBron James' son because he ain't your son. Stop worrying about Joe Biden because you can't speak without saying or
That's right.
Or duh, or my name is, right? You can't do it. So why you talking about him? You can't do it. So be quiet. If you
And I
can't
feel
do
the same way. Stop talking about Trump too. If we gonna set it, then we need to stop talking about Trump too. I'm just saying.
Fair.
Nah.
Fair. And so
they not like us. They not like
but that's the balance. That's the balance though. It's about balance. Like, so I feel like if you're gonna talk trash, you gotta be able to either do it in a professional way or accept what's about to come. You're gonna get these comments from Mr. Nullum. This video corny. You sound like a hater. Shut up. Like that's what you're gonna get. Like Ms. Laws, you know what I'm saying? So just please be professional. You can be ratchet, but you gotta be a ratchetdemic. You can't just be ratchet and crashing out on the internet trying to get views and stuff because you think that's cool. That's not cool. That's how we get these dudes with these guns on TV, on videos, and they think, because guess what? It does get them views. I've actually worked with artists like that, where they just have a bunch of guns all on the rap video, and you are literally creating yourself an indictment, right? And so it's just, you don't need attention all the time. You don't always got to talk. You don't got to talk every week. You can talk every 2 weeks, right? Like, just shut up. Just stop talking so much. Put the mics down. Think before you speak. Write out a lesson plan. Like, right up. Like, I be getting it. Like, you ever watch the clip and the clip has no context? He just comes right, yeah, man, Jerry, he put the thing in there, man. And it's like, why'd you do that? Like, yeah, man, I hate when people do that stuff, man. And the clip just go over. What was the video about? Like, you didn't even hook me in. You did like people have no, like, it's like no, it's just lazy too. You're not preparing. It's lazy content. Like, like, shut up.
Calvin, can I say the flip side of that coin though?
What's up?
People have opinions and they want to be heard. That's why they ain't got no content. It's sometimes it's just they just want to vent. That's all. Because you can't come on nobody's platform nowadays, give your opinion and then walk away and y'all still cool.
Yeah.
People are really just wanting to talk. They are. And that's literally preserving their mental health. Seriously, I ain't gonna even lie. People are just like, I just need to talk to somebody about how I feel.
Yeah.
And they ain't got no content.
You can do it once or twice, but after the 5th time you doing it, it gets old. So like, just think before you speak. Just think, but people don't keep people's names out your mouth. Keep people's names out your mouth. If you don't know me, if you don't know me, keep my name out your mouth. But that's not real. So you're right. It ain't gonna happen.
You're right.
So I'm gonna just be in the comments. I
just
be on
make sure
TikTok.
you edit that part out. That's all I'm asking.
I got you. I just be on TikTok, just like this video.
That's that rant and rave at the end. I forget it. It went. I blew. I probably should have said, stop taping for a minute.
No, you good. You good. You okay. I hope you okay. You okay. It's all good. I got you. Got you.
Right.
Got you. Cool.
Because I don't want people to think I'm racist because I'm not. I'm just really not.
So Ms. Laws, that's not what we think. That's not what other people are going to think, because we just had a really intellectual conversation and we talked about, your perspective, and we grasped it. So if they didn't grasp that, that's their problem. You got to worry about that.
I agree.
Laws like I'm about to lose some followers.
What?
Oh no, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Oh,
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But no, I appreciate you, Ms. Appreciate Ms. Laws, because you are courageous. You always you, and I don't expect nothing but you being you. So I appreciate you for being you.
I appreciate y'all for being
Boo.
y'all too. Seriously.
No, I just
Yes,
keep staring at my hair.
Huh?
it's growing.
It is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying your summer.
Are you enjoying your
Yeah.
summer?
I am. I am back to work. I went back to work this week.
Oh, how was that?
It was great.
Awesome.
I'm off of doctor's orders finally, so I'm excited.
I got a testimony.
What's
I
your
got some good
testimony?
news.
What's the good news?
I went on and did launch my business. I'm not going back to no 9 to 5. So I am now coaching. Yes.
Oh,
And I did a workshop
congratulations.
yesterday. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. So I stepped
How
out.
did it
I'm like,
go?
yeah. All the workshop was awesome. I had, I was coaching people with their gifts and talents and how to start a business.
Okay.
How to take those what you got, what you good at, and create a business from it. Mm-hmm.
And you
So
gonna
I had a ball.
you gonna
Yeah.
promote it on social media, or it's just low
I
key?
promoted it on TikTok and in the group that I am in. And so I got people that actually they signed up for it and we had a great time. And we had a great time. They paid for it. And then I got a young lady who I'm going to be coaching, doing some life coaching with her at the end of the month. So I couldn't see myself going back into no class or even for the summer.
Good for you, though.
Oh yes, I had to because I have people that you doing, and I'm like, ain't nowhere in the world.
Thank you.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I went.
What
I
you
went 2 days.
done, Calvin?
Huh?
Because that is a testimony. This is your testimony. Congratulations.
Yeah. Finally, thank you,
I'm
Jesus.
super
girl.
proud of you. That means you listen to me. Yay.
I did. I went
Come
in for
on,
2
Deacon.
days on that job. I'm saying, I'm
Yeah.
serious. And I said, I would have literally had to leave at 6 something in the morning, and then I would not get home back here until 7 o'clock. That's 13 hours. I say, no way in the world. I'm not going to do that. No. So I said, okay, use what you got.
Listen,
Yep.
I think the beauty of this conversation is that we are shaped by our experiences, and our inner
Yep.
culture is based off of our experiences, right? And our outer culture, which is our color, right? Our skin, our biology, which is beautiful. That's dependent on our inner culture. And I remember when I first went to middle school in Louisiana, which is very segregated. I grew up in the suburbs, but the schools were still the infrastructure was still based off segregated, right? So the nice schools were in the nice neighborhoods, right? You know what I'm saying? And you can see that. But they had integrated schools in the South. So pretty much you have buses kids going into these like really good, affluent schools, right? And you get to, be a part of diversity. One of my best friends, his name was Shane, he was a white boy. And I remember being closer to Shane than any of my other friends, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I was a kid from the suburbs and I talk different. So I always felt like I wasn't black enough.
Wow.
And honestly, my first friends were white people at that school because the white people were ostracized because there was, you know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that they were racist, not to say that I was racist or I didn't like my people. It's just like my experience shaped the people that I was chilling with and I was friends with. And I learned to have, fun with and recognize like, okay, yeah, you white, but you cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking past that. And so that experience allowed me to, you know what I'm saying, understand that people are going to be people. Your people not going to like you sometimes, other people not going to like you sometimes, and you still got to like you all times. And so that I say to say that. And Shane wasn't soft neither. Shane fight people. Shane was probably harder than me, but I was a lover, not a fighter, so I avoid fights because I didn't want to get in trouble because my mama. I avoid fights.
Absolutely.
I'll talk them out. I'll try to renegotiate. Why you won't beat me up? Look, come on, man. You beat me up, you gonna hurt your hand. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I'm just trying to negotiate. But anyways, I'm gonna cut that out. But I appreciate y'all and you feeling good, Doc. Happy Ms. Laws. I love your pink hat. It's very New York.
Thank you.
New Yorkish.
New Yorkish.
It says, hey.
What's your San Francisco background? And
I know, right? I couldn't find a New York background.
She got the
Blame
city
it on
from the
Zoom.
whole other side of the
Wait a minute.
country.
Blame it on Zoom. Although I have crossed that Golden Gate Bridge though years ago. It was a beautiful experience.
It's literally like the polar opposite. Like San Francisco is literally the polar opposite of New York. So, and I don't want to go to both either. So I'm good. I'm staying in Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to Las Vegas next week though. Go ahead. Yeah.
There's if you can, I don't know how close you are to I'll send you the information. There's a male summit going on right now.
Okay, send it to me.
I will. And
send it to me.
I think you should go at least for a couple hours at least. So
we lit in Detroit. We got Michigan is paying teachers to become teachers. We got a really dope prep program. We we doing a lot of great things in Detroit, Michigan. So Detroit's gonna be where it's at, y'all. So if y'all need a place to stay, I got you.
Oh yay!
Oh, I've never been to Detroit.
Oh, you gotta go.
I have never been to Detroit.
If I was in good graces, I would be there for that conference. Seriously, they're using they use the ACEs quiz for the registration. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yep, and shout out to you and your podcast. Definitely. I love the growth. Keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
Keep moving. Great niche. Take care of yourself so you can take care of the podcast. And everybody been in Vegas. I'm going to Vegas next week for a whole week.
Oh, good for you. You need to.
So
and
where
make
you
sure
staying?
that you do your thing and have fun.
People keep asking me that. And I hear there's a lot of good hotels and a lot of bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I lived in Las Vegas my freshman year in high school.
Are you staying on the Strip?
I'm staying at the Caesar.
Ah, okay.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's old Vegas.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, there's an old Vegas and there's a new Vegas. Old Vegas has like the Stardust, Caesars, Palace. You know, and then they upgraded, and then the Bellagio, got more the newer, the Wynn, whatever those hotels are. It's called Old Vegas and New Vegas.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I just know I'm about to be lit Vegas. I'm about to be in lit Vegas.
You are.
Enjoy yourself too.
I'm going to all the $10 restaurants.
And eat the $5 steaks.
And $5. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to go to them joints. I'm trying to go to the let me stop. I gotta stop being too comfortable with y'all.
And the strip clubs. All of them. You better go to all of the strip clubs. You better
tell him that.
I don't do strip clubs.
Okay.
I do
it's a bunch of them there. They have the best food. Their wings are amazing.
That's real.
I'm just being honest with you. They have the best shots and things of that nature. You don't go for that. You go for entertainment purposes. You go with a group of friends to go and have fun.
No. I'm already hip, fam. I'm already hip.
Okay. Make sure.
I'm talking to the game.
Yeah.
I am the game.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. I want to be a game. No, I don't. I'm done playing. But
all right, y'all. Next time, let me know when.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Okay.
All right, Laos.
See y'all.
Right.
Bye, y'all. Good job today.
Bye.
Bye-bye.